Hi friends, welcome to all. In this video, we will see how to configure a recursive static route. Here we will use the three routers 1941, also three switches 2960, also NG device. We will rename these devices. This is R1, here is R2, and here is R3. Also this is S1, here is S2, and here is S3. Here we will use PC3. This is PC2, and here we have PC1. Now we will connect these devices. Coming to connections, copper straight through from R1 G0/0 to S1 G0/1, R2 G0/0 to S2 G0/1, R3 G0/0 to S3 G0/1. Also we will connect these PCs to its respective switches. Now we will add WAN interface card on these routers. Coming to R1, and we will switch it off. And here we will add this serial high-speed WAN interface card, and we have to switch it on. Coming to R2, we are going to add this module here, and coming to R3, now we will connect these routers using this serial DCE from R1 serial 0/0/0 to R2 serial 0/0/0, from R2 serial 0/0/1 to R3 serial 0/0/1. We will label all the ports we used in this network. This is serial 0/0/0. On R2, here this is serial 0/0/0, and here we connected to serial 0/0/1, and on R3 this is a serial 0/0/1. Coming to the LAN interface, this is G0/0. On R2 G0/0, also on R3 G0/0. Here in this topology we used total 5 networks, so here we can see those networks. I will highlight those networks. Here we can see one network. Here we can see the second network. Here we can see the other network. Here we can see one network. Here we can see one network. So total here we can see 5 networks. Here we can see all the networks, 5 networks and its network address. So here we are using 192.168.1.0, 2.0 and 3.0 for the network 1, network 2 and network 3. And for the network 4 and network 5 we are using 10.1.1.0/30 and 10.1.1.4/30. First of all, we will configure network 1. Here we can see the network 1, and here we can see the network address we planned for network 1, 192.168.1.0/24. Here we can see the address we are going to configure for this PC1 as well as for the interface G0/0 on this router R1. We will give 1.10 for this PC1 and 1.1 for this G0/0 on R1. So we will do this configuration on this network 1. First of all, we will configure the IP address for this device PC1. Desktop IP configuration. Here we will give the IP address 192.168.1.10. Here is the subnet mask, and here we will give the default gateway. It's 192.168.1.1. This is what we planned. Now we will configure it on this router R1. Would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? No. Enable configure terminal. Here we will set the host name as R1. Now we will go to that interface G0/0 and we will set the IP address 192.168.1.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. We will give no shut command. Now we will verify the connectivity of this local network. We will ping from PC1 to this interface G0/0 on this router R1. Coming to PC1 command prompt, here we will ping to 192.168.1.1 and here we can see we are getting the replay. Now we will configure our second network. Here we planned the network address as 192.168.2.0/24. Coming to our network 2, here for this PC2 we will assign the IP address 192.168.2.10/24, and for this interface G0/0 on this router R2 we will assign 192.168.2.1. So this will be the default gateway for this network. Coming to PC2, desktop IP configuration, here we will give the IP address 192.168.2.10 and here is the subnet mask, and we will set the default gateway 192.168.2.1. Now we will set the IP address for the interface G0/0 on this router R2. Would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? No. Enable configure terminal. We will set the host name as R2. Then we will go to the interface G0/0 and we will set the IP address 192.168.2.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. We will give a no shut command here. Copy running config, startup config. Now we will verify the connectivity. Coming to PC2 command prompt and we will ping to the default gateway 192.168.2.1 and here we can see we are getting the replay. Now we will configure the network 3. Here we can see the network address 192.168.3.0/24. Here we can see that network. Here we will assign this IP address 192.168.3.10/24 for this PC3. Also we will assign this IP address 192.168.3.1/24 for the interface G0/0 on this router R3. Coming to PC3, desktop IP configuration, here we will set the IP address 192.168.3.10 and here we can see the subnet mask. Here we will set the default gateway as 192.168.3.1. Coming to the router R3, initial configuration dialog, no. Enable configure terminal. Here we will set the host name as R3. Now we will go to the interface G0/0 and we will set the IP address 192.168.3.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Here we will give no shutdown command. Copy running config, startup config. Now we will verify the connectivity. Coming to PC3 command prompt, and here we will ping to the default gateway 192.168.3.1, and here we can see we are getting the replay. Now we will configure network 4. Here we can see the network address we planned for network 4 10.1.1.0/30. Here we can see that network, the link between R1 and R2. Here we will set the IP address 10.1.1.1/30 for the interface serial 0/0/0 on this router R1, and also we will set the IP address at 10.1.1.2/30 on this interface serial 0/0/0 on this router R2. First of all, we will configure this IP address on this router R1 for the interface serial 0/0/0. Enable configure terminal. We have to go to that interface, it is serial 0/0/0, and here we will set the IP address 10.1.1.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.252. we will give no shutdown command. Now we will configure it on this router R2. Enable configure terminal. We will go to the interface serial 0/0/0, and here we will set the IP address 10.1.1.2 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.252, and we will give the no shut command. Here we can see the link between R1 and R2 is up. We will verify the connectivity here. Coming to R1 CLI, here we will ping to the interface serial 0/0/0 on R2. Ping to 10.1.1.1, 10.1.1.2, and here we can see success rate is 100%. Now we will configure the network 5. Here we given it's network 4, this is network 5. So this is the link between R2 and R3. Here we will set the IP address 10.1.1.5/30 for the interface serial 0/0/1 on this router R2. Also we will set the IP address 10.1.1.6/30 on this interface serial 0/0/1 on this router R3. First of all, we will configure it on this router R2. We'll go to the interface serial 0/0/1, and here we will set the IP address 10.1.1.5 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.252. No shutdown. And coming to R3, enable configure terminal. We will go to that interface serial 0/0/1, and here we will set the IP address 10.1.1.6 with subnet mask 255.255.255.252. Here we will give the no shut command. and here we can see that link between R2 and R3 is up. We will verify the connectivity here. Coming to R3, we will ping to 10.1.1.5, and here we can see success rate is 100%. Here we have done all the basic configurations on each devices. Now we are going to configure recursive static routes on each routers, R1, R2 as well as R3. We know that a recursive static route relies on the next hop router in order for packets to be sent to its destination. A recursive static route requires two routing table lookups, because it must first look in the routing table for the destination network and then look up the exit interface or direction of the network for the next hop router. First of all, we will configure it on this router R1. So here we must configure a recursive static route to every network except directly connected to this router R1. Also keep in mind, we must include this WAN link between the routers R2 and R3. So here we can see in this router the directly connected networks, network 1 and network 4. Also we can see not directly connected networks, that is network 2, network 5 and network 3. So here these three networks, this network 2, network 5 and network 3, we are going to configure as a recursive static route on this router R1. Before coming to the configuration, we have to find the IP address of our next hop address for these three networks on this router R1. Here the next hop address is the IP address of this interface serial 0/0/0 on this router R2 for these three networks. Here we can see the IP address of this interface on this router R2, 10.1.1.2. First of all, we will configure this network address. It is 192.168.2.0 on this router R1. Enable configure terminal. Here we will give IP route. Then we have to specify the destination prefix. It's 192.168.2.0, and here we have to give a destination prefix mask. It's 255.255.255.0, and here we have to give forwarding router's address. So that is 10.1.1.2. Next we will configure this network address 3.0. IP route 192.168.3.0 is submit to mask 255.255.255.0, and the forwarding router's address 10.1.1.2. Also we have to give this network 5, it's 10.1.1.4. Here we can see that the network address, IP route 10.1.1.4, then the subnet mask 255.255.255.252, then the forwarding router's address 10.1.1.2. Now we will verify its routing table. Show IP route, and we can verify that. Here we can see all the 5 networks are added. Total 3 connected networks. It's 2. Here we can see, sorry, it's 2. 2 directly connected networks and 3 statically learned networks. Here we can see those networks. 1, 2 and 3. The same way we will configure it on this router R2. Here we can see on this router we have 3 directly connected networks, and 2 remote networks. So here we are going to configure these two networks as a recursive static route on this router R2. But here we can see the next hop address for this network is the IP address of this interface serial 0/0/0 on this router R1. We can go through this interface to this network, and for this network the next hop address is the IP address of this interface serial 0/0/1 on this router R3, because we can go to this network through this interface on this R3. First of all, we will configure this network 1. Here we can see the network address 192.168.1.0, and here we can see the next hop address serial 0/0/0 on this router R1. It's a 10.1.1.1. So coming to the router R2, enable configure terminal. Here we are going to give IP route 192.168.1.0, subnet mask 255.255.255.0, then the forwarding router's address at 10.1.1.1. Now we will configure this network. Here we can see the next hop address for this network. It's the IP address of this interface serial 0/0/1 on this router R3. Here we can see that address 10.1.1.6. So coming to R2, IP route 192.168.3.0, subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and the forwarding router's address 10.1.1.6. Now we will verify the routing table, show IP route, and here we can see those statically length route. In the same way, now we will do it on this router R3. Here we can see on this R3 there are two directly connected networks and three remote networks. So we can see those networks: network 1, network 2, and network 4. Here we can see the next hop address for these three networks are the same. That is the IP address of this interface serial 0/0/1 on this router R2, that is 10.1.1.5. First of all, we will configure this network. It's 1.0. Enable configure terminal. IP route 192.168.1.0, subnet mask 255.255.255.0, then the forwarding router's address at 10.1.1.5. Now we will configure this network. It's network 4. Here we can see the network address at 10.1.1.0. IP route 10.1.1.0, then the subnet mask 255.255.255.252, and the forwarding router's address at 10.1.1.5. Now we will give this network 2. Here we can make the changes. It's a 2.0. remaining everything same, and here we can verify the routing table, show IP route, and here we can see those three statically learned networks. Here is one, here we can see the second one, and here we can see the third one. Now we will verify the connectivity. We will ping from PC1 to PC2 and PC3. Coming to PC1, command prompt ping to 192.168.2.10. This is the IP address of PC2. Here we can see we are getting the replay. Now we will ping to PC3. It's 3.10. Here we can see we are getting the replay. Now we will ping from PC3 to this PC2. Ping to 192.168.2.10. Here we can see we are getting the replay. Well, in this video we have seen how to configure recursive static routes. Friends, if you have any doubt regarding configuring recursive static route, please comment below. Also, if you like my video, give a thumb and share with your friends. And consider subscribing for these type of videos in future. Thank you.